You brought me in a collection of letters from a distant ancestor of yours. Can you just tell me a bit about who he was and why these letters are of interest?
His name was William Hodges.
Right, okay.
And in 1798-99 he was convicted of stealing a box of haberdashery from a shop in Covent Garden.
Right.
He was chased out of the shop by the shopkeeper's wife, so they are quite convinced that he had the box. He was then convicted of stealing, and he was sentenced to death. He was 16/17 at the time. His life sentence was commuted to transportation, and so it was in about 1800 that he was transported to Australia.
Okay. And these are letters that he's written, there's a couple written to his brother.
Yes.
Just after he's been convicted, and on board one of the prison ships, or on board one of the ships, as it's about to go out to Australia.
Yes, and this was in Portsmouth,
right,
in Langstone Harbour,
okay,
on a ship called La Fontaine, and he was then wrote to his brother from the ship, the hulk ship, where people were kept for quite some considerable time before they were transported.
In this particular letter, he's quite a practical man, isn't he? He's asking for a sort of list of things to sort of see him through the sea voyage. If you will be so good as to send me a few necessaries to take with me, such as a pound of tobacco, a piece of bacon, some tea and sugar, and a few herbs such as garlic and mint, and some onions, and a pocket knife, and a silk handkerchief. He then went out to Australia.
Yes.
And what happened to him then?
Well, presumably he began to earn a living, and as he became more important within the town, he then applied for an absolute pardon from the governor at the time.
And that was given to him?
It was eventually. In 1821, he was, having sent a petition to Governor Macquarie,
right,
he was then granted his pardon.
And this is the petition here, where he writes to Macquarie, as you say, asking for complete pardon, William Hodges, and it's granted.
It is.
And he then makes good his life, doesn't he?
He does.
He sort of makes recompense for his past crime, which he has sort of admitted to and confessed to, and in some of the letters.
And calls it his folly.
And calls it his folly, absolutely. And we've got a little newspaper cutting here from the Sydney Gazette, 1838, where it records his death in William Hodges of King Street, Sydney, age 55, and 35 years a resident in the colony, many years a respectable licensed victualler of this town. It's a lovely little archive you've got here. It's a first-hand account of his of the transportation. Particularly in Australia, there's a big market for these details of families that went out to Australia, settled, and the information that it gives. If an archive like this came up onto the market, I think you're easily looking at something between £5,000 and £7,000.
Really?
Yes, it's a very important little collection of stuff.
Gosh,
it really is.
That really is amazing. But considering we've had it in the family for 300 years, I guess it's not going anywhere.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.